So now I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I make the lamb. I guess this would be called a lamb curry. My people would probably call it a lamb guisada. I don't know how you say lamb in Spanish. Hit me up in the comments if you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna make it in a pressure cooker because lamb takes forever to cook, and in the pressure cooker it doesn't. So right now I have the pressure cooker on saute, and it's hot. And I'm going to add some canola oil. That much. Then I have 2 medium-sized onions cut up. Nothing fancy, just this. And I'm gonna put them in the oil. I'm just gonna do this. And what I'm gonna do is brown these, like caramelize them. And then once they get a little brown, I'm gonna add the tomatoes. So I'll show you what this looks like when I'm getting ready to add the tomatoes. So the onions are, I don't know if you can tell, but they're browny. And this is good enough for me. Now I'm gonna add my tomatoes, and I use this is ShopRite brand diced tomatoes. Doesn't have anything in it, it's just diced tomatoes and tomato juice. So I used about a half a can of tomatoes. So I'm gonna let this cook for a few minutes. And then I'm going to add garlic paste and ginger paste, which like this. Garlic paste. I get this from the Asian market, up Street Road. If you live in Philly, you know where that is. This one, and then this is the ginger paste, and I do about a tablespoon, a little less than a tablespoon each. But I'm gonna let this cook for a few minutes, and then I'll show you when I add that. So the tomatoes and the onions have been cooking together for a few minutes. I like using the canned tomatoes too. They break down much faster when they're from a can. But yeah, so now I'm gonna add the garlic and ginger paste. That's the ginger, that's the garlic. Stir it around. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of cumin, ground cumin. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of ground coriander. I'm gonna add a half a tablespoon of turmeric. I'm gonna sprinkle some black pepper. It's about a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder because spicy food gives my husband and I heartburn these days. Not all spicy food. Like chili powder, we're pretty good with it. But like people usually add like chili powder and like fresh chilies, green chilies, and we can't handle all of that. So now I have my lamb here. I rinsed it off like I washed it. Now I'm gonna add it. This is 2 packs of lamb. And I'll toss it around in here so all the seasonings can get all over them. Looks like that. This is a cup. Water. You don't have to add as much as you would if you're cooking it in the pot, like on the stove, because this is a pressure cooker, so the water is gonna stay in here. It's not gonna go anywhere. In a pot, you have to add way more because the water it starts to evaporate. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So that was 2 cups of water. And then I forgot to add this seasoning, garam masala. I'm gonna take a tablespoon of that. Mix it around. And then you can add salt to taste. So for right now, about a teaspoon of salt. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon, and I did 4 of them. So that equals a teaspoon, guys. And that was your math lesson for the day. You're welcome. Again, you can make this on the stove. It's fine, but it's gonna take longer, and you're gonna use more water because the water evaporates when you cook it on the stove. If you have a pressure cooker, your best bet is to make it in the pressure cooker because it's gonna cook faster. And once you put it in here, you set it. I'm gonna put this for 35 minutes, and then it's good to go. Like, you have to wait obviously for this to build up the pressure. Then the 35 minutes starts, and then I like to let it naturally release, because if you quickly release it, the meat gets tough. If you let it release naturally, then your meat will be nice and tender, as long as you cooked it long enough, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna do this meat in here for 35 minutes, and then 35 minutes should be good enough. But I mean, if it's a little tough, then you can always put it for a few more minutes, but 35 minutes usually is good enough for this. So now I'm gonna turn, all this time I had it on saute. I don't know if I said that, but now I'm gonna turn the saute off. So it's on seal, so none of the steam could release. and I'm gonna set it for 35 minutes. And then that's it. I will show you when everything is done. So the lime is done, but there's a lot of it's still really like watery. So I'm just gonna let this sit on saute for a few minutes. Opened up like this so that some of that water can evaporate. To thicken the gravy. And it's finished though, and it tastes really good. I just want to thicken that gravy just a little bit. So I like this. So I let this just saute for like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And as you can see, the gravy is a lot thicker, and there's not so much water in here. So now I'm gonna taste it to see, because I didn't put too much salt because I didn't want it to be salty like last time. Way better now. The flavor is better than earlier. I'm glad I didn't add any salt, because I guess since most of the water evaporated, you know, all the salt and the seasonings is what stays behind. And last time I made the mistake of adding salt before most of the water evaporated, and then once it did, you know, the salt stays behind and it was too salty. So this time I didn't add any salt. I just let the water evaporate, and like it's perfect now. Yeah, so that's my lamb. You could definitely make this on the stove. You just need more water, and you need to check it occasionally to make sure that, because the water is gonna evaporate, to make sure that it doesn't need any water or whatever. And I said take like maybe like an hour or so, maybe, depending on how much lamb you're gonna make. If you're making a pot like this on the stove, it's gonna take probably about an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour, to get the lamb tender. But if you have a pressure cooker, you should cook it, like you should do it in a pressure cooker. But yeah, so this is done.